want to make sure we're all
Callers join.
All on the same page with some of the great, exciting things going on. First of all, everybody on the call is asking what's going on with the replicated sites. What's going on? Is it ready? Is it ready? Folks, I will tell you that the programmers have released it over to our support team here. And the fact is we are doing a couple little tweaks, just to fine tune it. We're changing some things just to make it really crisp for you. What's going to happen there is but we are still right on time with schedule. We believe it'll probably be launched to those who are on the program, part of the cooperative, tomorrow afternoon. We're going to manually enter your information in, so it's going to take a little bit of time from the support side of the house, but you'll get an email saying, hey, welcome, here's your information to be able to log in and start promoting your replicated site, folks. But it is right around the corner. You'll see a video come out from Allison and I tomorrow on that. So, yes, it is on time. We are on a mission. We're mission 3,500, folks, and I promise you, Larry Marcus will be the first one to tell you to go from zero to a site in less than 30 days and having all the stuff that we just put up there. I mean, it's pretty stinking cool, guys. I mean, let's just be real here, and we are jazzed about it. I've been watching it online past couple of days, working with the programmers. You're going to love what we're doing, folks. The testimonial videos are phenomenal. I'm so proud of all you guys who have submitted them, and continue to send them, folks. We're going to add it to the site as we go along. So that's some stuff that we're going to do. We're not going to cover a lot of that tonight because tonight's about really helping a brand new person understand why they want to get engaged, why they want to be a part of the Xplocial business. A couple other quick things, though. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page, okay? The support team, okay? Obviously, we now have a very, very in-depth support team doing a lot of support stuff. But here's what happens, and I think, and I don't want to speak for Larry, but I think I probably can feel some of his pain in some respects. Folks, we get bogged down with a lot of the same questions, folks, as far as the support stuff. The reality is our system works, and it works phenomenally. The Xplocial system works, and it works superbly, phenomenally, through the roof, incredible. And the reality is what, you don't have to continue to from a support side. Hey, let's use support for what it's for. If we're having an issue with a replicated site, we're having an issue, trying to make sure that our person, whatever, we want to help you, but we also don't want to bog the system down, and really want to make sure that the support questions are truly support questions. The reality is you got to take ownership of your business somewhere along the line here. What I mean by that, I don't mean to be harsh here. I want to just be clear. We are all independent business owners. The reason we're part of this team is we chose to use this team and Xplocial as the company to fund us the money and to be able to pay us commissions, and this team is a system to be able to help utilize that. But the reality is we are all independent business owners. And so somewhere along the line, you got to take ownership of your own business. Somewhere along the line, you got to say, hey, listen, I'm going to get into my Xplocial back office and actually look to see what's going on in my business. We had one lady, God bless her, and we're so proud to have her on the team. But here's the thing, she's been with us just a little under 3 weeks, and just really excited about being on the team. She emailed and said, hey, I'm just not sure this thing's working. And so the support team looked at stuff and said, wait a second, you've got 3 people that you got probably 15 people on your team. You're getting paid by several people, well into profit mode here, making good money, and you've only been with the team for 3 weeks. She said, how do I get that? And she said, have you ever been in your back office? What's that? The fact is, folks, that's why we are all business owners. The fact is, a business owner thinks like a business owner. They track their business. They know where their business is headed. They want to be engaged into their business. And the fact is support's not here to answer your questions on how your business is growing. Support is here to help you get your business growing. And so the reality is you got to sort of take control of that. And we're going to help you as a team. Okay, we understand that it's incumbent upon us as a support team to continue to push out good information. The replicated sites are going to help that. We're going to have some incredible videos come out talking about how to really find things in your Xplocial back office. We want to help you, but somewhere along the lines, hey, this is the core group of people that's going to take this thing to 3,500 in August. And so the only way to do that is to have all 200 of you here on this call jam this thing out and say, listen, I'm going to take ownership of my business. I'm going to know what's going on, and I'm going to get engaged with the system. We have a lot of people who do, folks, but that's mainly new people. That's really you as an upline and as a sponsor. That's where you got to get engaged and say, listen, I got to educate these folks. I got to be a part of the team, because the last thing I want to do is bog down support, like Xplocial support, or your commission explosion team support, and say, listen, with questions that I as a leader could answer for those folks. And that's important for you to do. Now, that's a couple, little side notes I want to make sure we cover on the front end. But, we have a lot of guests on the call. I am very honored that you took the time out on your Wednesday night. We call this Cash Call Wednesday because we love Wednesdays around here. Wednesdays is when Xplocial says, hey, guess what? Deposits have been set out to you. And you know what? And that means this Cash Call Wednesday is no longer Hump Day Wednesday around here, folks. We love Cash Call Wednesday. And the reason we do is because, you know what? We're here to inspire, motivate, and educate you. Now, let me just sort of help you. If you're brand new on this call, before I bring on our very, very special guest, I just wanted you to understand what's happened over the last 30 days. Okay, and the reality is what's happened has been, in my opinion, just absolutely amazing. Absolutely astonishing to what we as a team have put together to help you and every prospect that comes to the table from this point forward. The reality is, folks, I believe we've got something very complete and very, very compelling as a team to be able to sit there and tell someone, hey, listen, we're here to help you. This is not the lottery. The lottery's worth $425 million tonight, okay? That's all great and well, but the fact is, this is not the lottery. We're business owners, and business owners just get engaged. But let me just sort of help you. If you're brand new, what have we as a team done to help make sure that you get into profit mode with your Xplocial business, and that from that point forward, every person on your team gets in profit mode? Because guess what? If they get into profit mode, that means your profit went up. And the fact is when you're in business, you want to be in profit, and you want to be able to say, hey, listen, this is the bills I want to be able to pay for my little home-based business. Whether it's a mortgage payment, whether it's a car payment, whatever it may be, how am I going to get there? How am I going to be able to set the stage to be able to do that? Well, you got to be a part of the right company. We absolutely are part of the right company. Larry Marcus has absolutely got us head in the right direction. Xplocial is the right product at the right time and the right company at the right time. But you got to be a part of the right team and the right system that helps you, supports you, and helps your team continue to grow. Whether you're doing your 9-to-5 job and you only have a few hours a week to be able to get engaged, no matter what it is, we want to be there. So let me just sort of help you understand some of the tools that we as a team bring to the table for you. Okay, first of all, we bring you education. This is what this calls for. On the replicated sites coming out, we're going to bring you tools and education. The reality is this is a two-part system. Larry Laurie loves talking about that. The reality is you got to do a little bit, we got to do a little bit. That's a part of the program. And the reality is here's what I tell everybody to do: go out and get 6 people as fast as you possibly can. The advertising and all the stuff that we do is all going to happen. That's a part of the process. But if you go out and get 6 people as fast as you can, get them exposed to the Xplocial, get them exposed to this team, guess what? You're going to change people's lives. You're going to change your financial future, because guess what? You've now got more opportunities to be able to leverage income and be able to grow your business faster. That's what sets you apart. Our education and our tools are able to do that for you. Use the system to be able to help grow your business. One time I had a mentor a long time ago tell me, he says, you know what, the person who grows the biggest in any business, it can do 2 things. One, they can edify and they can promote. If you know how to properly promote this system and this company, folks, no matter you could have 100 rotations on our program, and you would still grow faster than that, because the fact is you maximize your business 100%. And so understand how to promote your business effectively. Talk about this call. Talk about what the company just did. A record-breaking day. Folks, I don't see a lot of companies out there saying, hey, we just paid record-breaking commissions. I don't see that anywhere. I see Wall Street doing great, but the reality is I don't see the average person doing great. And so we're doing something different. Now, our advertising program, folks, let me just tell you, that thing's humming along. It's getting better every single day, and I am just absolutely jazzed by the results we're seeing from that. And every day it's getting better and better. And guess what? We're adding more to it. Because now when you add the replicated sites, guess what? Now we can get a little bit more creative on our advertising. And that's what the advertising is for. The advertising is to help promote your business. Does it create opportunities for us to put people in your business? Absolutely. That's what it's there for. But the reality of it is guess what? That's what is getting seen out there. And you want people to say, hey, that's my team. That's my team. I'm a part of that team right there. My team paid for that ad. Wouldn't you like them to pay for the ad for you? Well, let me tell you how that works. And so the fact is now all of a sudden you got something else to talk about. Our support team. Folks, we have a very, very talented support team that we've brought on board, that says, hey, listen, they're solely dedicated to support you in the field. They're solely dedicated to make sure our people are taken care of, and that we can continue to grow this business to our mission 3,500 and then to 10,000. $3,500 is just a stepping stone. We're going to crush that this month, and we're going to blow up to 10,000 big time. Now, replicated sites, another phenomenal tool. Now, Xplocial gives you that. Absolutely, that's a part of the program that Xplocial does. We love that. But the fact is, we want people to understand the message and why we've partnered with Xplocial to really make this thing happen. And that's a part of the tools. Make sure you leverage that, and you leverage it big time. If you're not on the cooperative, you got to get on that to be able to leverage the replicated sites and all the tools we're talking about right now. Then our call team. Now, I believe this is our ace in the hole. Okay. Everything we have up until now is phenomenal stuff. Okay, that's because it's something people are used to seeing. But Larry Laurie would be the first one to tell you. He's heading up our program there, and he's really doing a bang-up job. We're getting people trained, getting people on the page there. But the reality is it's amazing to see what people do when they say, "Wait a second, there's actually a voice at the end of the line, and they're talking to me personally." It's amazing to see what happens, because you know what the old golden rule in any sales is the money is in the follow-up. And when we as a team take ownership of our business and we start following up with people, we as a team reach out to them, and guess what? You reach out to them and you get your arms around that new team member, and you say, "Hey, listen, I appreciate you, happy to have you on the team." Guess what? All of a sudden, you know what? That person's committed. They're the ones that will go out and get 6, 10, 15, 20 people, because you know what? I just joined the most incredible team that I've ever met in my entire life, and they don't even know me from Adam, but you know what? They welcomed me and they made me feel special. That's what we're about. That's what we're about. That's what changes us from anything else we do. Is the reality is we do something different every single day. And let me just tell you about some leaders that actually really are incredible examples of what we have on this team. Let me give you, Mike Roy Green. Man, oh man, Mike Roy Green and William Cheney. These guys are out there sharing the opportunity, and they are absolutely up-and-coming leaders on this team, and they're the ones out there saying, "Hey, listen, I'm not going to sit here and wait for my turn in rotation. I'm going to get engaged, and I'm going to start telling people, because I want a lot of people to know about this. I want to make $10,000, $15,000 with this company, and I'm not going to sit here and wait on it. I'm going to go after it." So I'm proud of you guys. Some absolute leaders that I am just thoroughly excited about watching these guys grow this business. And Larry Marcus, you're on the line here, but the fact is, you watch these guys' names. They're going to do some incredible stuff. Nelson Melendez, fact is, buddy, I am so proud of you. The things you're doing down there in Florida, the team you're coming on. I think we got a strong leader there down there in Florida, and you're going to do some great things, buddy. I'm very, very proud of you. John Holland, who's actually on Nelson's team. Isn't that ironic? Leaders find leaders. That's pretty cool in my opinion. John Holland up in D.C. And I see we got a video of him up sitting in front of Wall Street. Man, oh man, what an incredible leader he's turning out to be. He was shooting me some Facebook messages today. "Hey Kevin, I got some ideas. Can we do this? Can we do that?" And I'm saying, "Man, bring it on, brother. Let's do it. Let's make it happen." Excuse me. Then we got Andy Berlin. Guess what? Also a part of that dynamic duo. Andy Berlin, matter of fact, his video is so strong. His testimonial video is so strong that you're going to be blown away by it on the new replicated sites. Man, he gets what we're doing. An awesome promoter of this team and of Xplocial. I'm proud to have you on the team, buddy. You're going to do some great things down there in Florida, but also across the world. And I can't wait to see it. It's going to be really, really special. Then we got two leaders that I want to just quickly recognize, and tell them thank you personally, from Allison and I. Larry McKinstry, has been a little bit under the weather over in Utah, but Larry has done some incredible things for us, just really giving us some just the Facebook page. He sort of manages that, but also he's just a good friend to this team. And he's just a good example of what this team is about. Is helping a broad spectrum of people and being able to stand out there. And he loves, he really is the true Coach Larry, and I love that about him. And I appreciate all you're doing, buddy. And I'm thankful that you're on this team. I'm thankful for what you're the example you are for Xplocial, and we're looking forward to some really, really great things out of Utah. And then my buddy Larry Laurie, who was just on the call a second ago. Folks, Larry Laurie is absolutely a leader that you want to get to know. Okay, now he heads up our calling program, and a lot of you want to pick up the phone and call him with every question that you got. That's not what he's there for. He's there to be able to help people understand why they want to be a part of the program. He's there to help support the people coming onto your team, as well as other folks coming onto your team. And hopefully you're learning in that conversation, that little quick conversation that he has with you. You're you're learning, hey, this is what I want to say to my new team members. This is the kind of questions, this is the kind of conversation I want to have with my new team members and let them know that I'm a part of something special. Larry and his wife, Jeannie, are absolutely just priceless to Allison and I, and been friends with us for the longest time. And I appreciate all of you guys. And so, folks, when you have leaders like that, what happens with you? What happens with a team? Guess what? The results are you. The results are you sitting on this phone. You sitting on this call on a Wednesday night in the middle of the week, which used to be dreaded every single day, every single time, but now you're sitting on this phone saying, hey, listen, I've got a little hope now. I've got opportunity to be a part of something. Because you know what? 30 days ago, I can understand some of the apprehension. I can understand you sit there and think, okay, oh my gosh, I just joined this team and they really seem like they got it together, but I just don't know if it's, they got this great company Xplocial, and I'm sure it's a great deal, but I just don't know if it's going to work. Okay, folks, I can understand that apprehension. Believe me, I do. But the reality is guess what? Here we are. Xplocial set the record. Had the record day for commissions. Many people on this team got paid very well today. And next week's going to get better, and the next week's going to get better, and the next week's going to get better. Guess what? It's because this system and this team works together. We are in the mode of blessing other people. The fact is, when you bless it, when you give it away, guess what? It comes back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And that's our goal. Our goal is to be a blessing to you. Your goal should be a blessing to other folks. And when you can do that, when you see that, wait a second, I don't have to sit here and be stressed out about whether or not Xplocial is going to pay the commission. Guess what? They pay the commission on time, every time, and guess what? It gets better every time. When you're engaged, when you're a part of the program, when you're actually sharing the opportunity, things happen. And so with that, if you're a prospect on this phone, the reality is my question to you is okay, why don't you come on and join the program? Because the fact is here we are now. We have a very unique opportunity to partner with a company that absolutely is headed in the right direction. And as I transition now and sort of, hey, listen, I want to tell you, we love you guys. We know where you came from. We know 30 days ago, many of you, I didn't even know your name. And here now I'm getting Facebook messages all the way back from Tulsa, Oklahoma saying, hey, listen, man, I'm proud to be on the team. I'm excited. You know what? That's a motivator. That's exciting for you, but it's also exciting for us. And you know what you have to do is you have to say, wait a second, am I going to sit here and just hold all this in and just take advantage of this excitement myself, or am I going to share this with somebody? Am I going to expose this opportunity and about the products and the services that Xplocial offers and what this team can offer? That's up to you. But the reality is, I implore you, hey, get engaged. We want you in the field of battle so we can help change lives. We can help change lives financially. And the reason that's possible, is the man who's on the phone with us tonight. And I'm going to ask Allison to come on the line as I bring on our friend Larry Marcus. But Allison, are you there, sweetie?
I am, Kevin.
Absolutely. Hopefully I've made a little sense with that. But, hey, Al, I know you've got something special you want to do as we bring Larry on the call here and talk a little bit about our new program that we're launching for Blessing Friday. So why don't you go ahead and sort of do that, and then I'll come on and we'll bring on Larry onto the call.
Sure, guys, and I'll keep this kind of quick. I know that in past calls we've kind of thrown out a little teaser called Blessing Friday. And I just want to explain that a little bit more. It's actually going to take place this Friday for the very first time. But I want to give you guys kind of the reason and the rationale behind it just real briefly before we hear from Larry Marcus. And I know he's the one that you guys really want to hear from, but hopefully you get something out of this too. Everybody today got an email saying that funds were being transferred. If you got them on auto transfer out of your e-wallet, you already got it. If you don't have it on auto transfer, you may not even know it yet. Again, Kevin was saying get engaged. Go in there, transfer it. It's your money. Go get it. But with that, by the time it ends up in your bank account, it's going to be Friday, which is absolutely incredibly exciting. And so what we've done, and the whole mission of this team, is that the more you give it away, the more you're going to get it back, is we've come up with Blessing Friday. Now, this is very simple, but it is a great concept. What we want you to do, and whatever percentage, that's up to you. Kevin and I have a certain percentage that we've dedicated to give away already, and you guys can make that decision for yourself. But it is time to bless somebody else because of the way this Xplocial opportunity has blessed you. And so it may be something as simple as paying for somebody's gas, or paying for their Starbucks. Here in Dallas, one of the radio stations does a drive-through weekend, every now and again, where you simply pay for the order behind you in the drive-through. But as you guys do this, maybe it's, a family that personally that, their child needs help with back-to-school supplies, and you simply buy them a backpack, or you help them out in some way. It can be as small as a $3 Starbucks drink. It could be, as big as you want to go. But the whole point is that if you learn to give it away, it will come back to you tenfold. And that is truly what this team is surrounded on, and the basis and the foundation of this team. And so that's why it's called Blessing Friday. Now, there is one key and crucial element to it, though, is you want to take a picture of it. You do a drive-through thing, take a picture of the note that you hand the cashier that says, hey, I want to pay for the person behind me because of Xplocial, because of the YCE team. If you, give it to a neighbor, have them, do a little testimonial for you, record it, show us, a check that you wrote somebody, take a picture of it, give it to us so that we can use that in our promotion. The massive amount of advertising that we can do with a simple thing of, paying for a backpack for somebody, a simple $3 Starbucks is absolutely incredible. And so Kevin and I want to take the lead on this. And with some of the other leadership team, and you all get the credit for it. So what we want to do, and Larry Marcus, you're on the phone right now. Larry Marcus has a great nonprofit organization that he sits on the board of. It's called Putting Kids First. Basically, they're a nationwide nonprofit that works for furthering public awareness and the need of systematic changes in society in order to strengthen children and families. And that's one of the things this team is about, too, is we're all about people getting paid, because we understand that in this current economy, in this current situation, that money is a necessity a lot of times, and the divorce rate is really high. And you know what? If people weren't as stressed out about money, guess what? The divorce rate wouldn't be as high. And Kevin and I have 3 children ourselves. We are very heavily involved in strengthening marriages and relationships across this country. And so this is something that's near and dear to our heart as well, as an overall vision and an overall mission of this team. So Larry Marcus, what Kevin and I want to do on behalf of this team and in this team's name is we want to go ahead and donate $500 this Friday to Putting Kids First. So that is going to come to you from the Your Commission Explosion team.
Amazing, Allison. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
Well, you are very welcome, sir. And I guess with that, we're going to have to bring you on the call. So, Kevin, you want to go ahead? Okay, if not, I'll do it. Larry Marcus, everybody knows.
Sorry, I apologize. I was so excited I was talking to the mute phone. But folks, I'd be remiss if I didn't give Larry Marcus a proper introduction. And the reality is it is a special thing for us to have him on the call tonight. I hope you understand that. He is a very busy man. He has a large company that's growing in Xplocial. He has many other endeavors that he's a part of, and he's got his family life. He's just got all the things that he could be doing other than tonight. Okay, but he chose to spend some time with us. And the reality is folks, I remember back in April getting on the phone and talking to and my sponsor, Tom Westick, also a sponsor. Man, Tom has done some incredible things in this company, and very proud to have him as a sponsor. But he got me on the phone with Larry because he knew that Alice and I have been burned a few times. We were tired of being burned. We wanted somebody who was legitimate and straightforward and just told us the truth. And the fact is, and that's exactly what Larry Marcus did. You know what? I knew whenever I talked to Larry Marcus, I was talking to a man's man. And you know what happens when a man talks to another man and realizes, you know what, that's a guy that I can follow and be a part of? Things happen. It allows the entrepreneurial spirit to get engaged and say, hey, listen, what can I do to be an impact? And that's all Alice and I have ever wanted to do. That's all this team's ever wanted to do, is be an impact and a blessing on Larry Marcus, because the fact is Larry Marcus's vision to bring Xplocial to the table. Guess what? None of us would be here on this phone if it wasn't for the fact of Larry Marcus saying, hey, listen, I'm going to put the risk out there. I'm going to do it. I believe in what I've got in my hands. And you know what? The fact is we have him to thank. And Larry, there's several hundred people on this call, cheering, saying, hey, thank you. And I'm just a spokesman. Alice is just a spokesman to say thank you, and we are honored to be a part of what you're doing. And take as much time as you'd like, and welcome to the call, my friend.
Gosh, Kevin, thank you so much, and good evening, everybody. I have to tell you, I've got about a 16, 17-hour day going right now, and I got on this call and I've been listening to Kevin and Allison and Larry, and I got to tell you, I don't know how to thank you guys for that donation. I mean, it means a whole lot, not just because of the dollar amount and what we can do to help people with it in our charity, but it means a lot. I'm just very humbled, guys, to be honest with you. Actually, a little emotional about everything I've heard from you guys up till now, and that donation and the whole idea of Blessings Friday, just amazing. Just amazing. I got to tell you, I'm re-sponsored all over again into what we do. I'm ready to go another 15 hours after jumping on here and listening to you guys. I hope everybody on this call knows that, as good as Xplocial is, we're only as good as our best people. And you guys being involved with Kevin and Allison, you've just got the very best. I mean, I don't get to make many commitments to get on some of these calls. We've got a lot of different calls going on through the week, dozens of them, by good leaders. And I spoke last week with Kevin and Allison, and they told me what was going on and the amount of people they were bringing to the calls and the success you guys were all having. And we've been watching the emails at the company, and I said to them, I said, hey, anything I can do to help, just let me know. I mean, whether it's a call, whether it's whatever it is. And I'm so glad I was able to join you guys tonight. How fortunate you really are to be a part of this team. I can tell you, and by the way, don't think it's trite, because you can ask around. I don't say it unless I mean it. It's one thing about me. You'll find I'm very transparent, very straight up. If I was going to join Xplocial, I think I'd want to do it in this team out of all the teams we have, and that should tell you how fortunate you really are. All right. I mean, I listen to Kevin and Allison, I read their emails, and I think, my God, if this company could just have a dozen leaders like them, there'd be just no stopping us. The kind of numbers that we're talking about now would be nothing. We'd just blow by them. I mean, I listened to them talk about, a Wednesday cash call, cash explosion, yet the commission explosion, yet then at the same time I hear Allison talking about Blessing Friday, and that's so powerful. It's so powerful to have people running a team who understand that, yeah, life is about choices. Life is about being able to have that freedom, what maybe some of you have heard me call uncommon freedom. The freedom not politically to be free, we all have that, but the freedom to choose to be who you want, where you want, when you want, with whoever you want, because you're not tied down by money. We don't look at money as anything but a tool. Money's just neutral. It's not good, it's not evil. It's what the people do with money. It's what good people do good things, like Kevin and Allison making that donation today. Bad people tend to do bad things. Well, I like to think that people like us on this call and Xplocial and your commission explosion, that we attract good people. We attract good people to us. And I can tell you, from the company side of things, everything we do every day is really meaning to put you and us in that more professional realm. For those of you that still think we're a travel certificate company, that's long gone, and it will be very evident as our web pages change some more, and you see our other products coming into play. That was what we started with. But when somebody says to you, what does your company Xplocial do, and you're able to tell them that what we do is we work with entrepreneurs, we work with small businesses of all kinds, we work with solo practitioners, professionals like CPAs and attorneys. We work with those people, giving them tools and help to be able to get more new clients, more referrals, more repeat business. And we're going to give you tools that you may or may not use, but I'll tell you one thing, even if you don't use them, it's going to be really fun to talk about them and to offer up to other people who may use them. And that's what's so exciting. And I hope you realize that you on this call are your own small business person. You're somebody who would use the tools that Xplocial is going to provide in its memberships. You are your own small business person. I listened to Kevin and Allison and their vision, right, and the teamwork they're providing. And by the way, I heard Kevin say it, and 0 to 30 days to put together the kind of material, a complete replicating website, or putting all that organization together is absolutely amazing. I mean, I thought we did some things fast, and we do, especially as we launched. But, Kevin and Allison are taking it to that next degree as well, putting that all together. I've caught them and talk to them when they had these long days. And, you know, I mean, heck, Allison's got kids to take care of too, just like some of you do. And you know what? There's people on this call, and there's people that some of you know that use their children as an excuse. What I love about what Allison does is Allison doesn't make her kids an excuse. She makes them a reason for success. I think in life you get to ask yourself in every instance, is anything I'm looking at an excuse for failure, or is it a reason for success? Well, I can tell you back in the 80s, I mean, my son Stephen, who a lot of you will get to meet, he's 27 years old now, and he works for us full-time. He's a director of affiliate support services, and some of you will get to speak with him. You'll get to meet him if you're on the cruise and any other events we have. But I remember when he was young. I remember him being born in 1986 and him being exposed to the network marketing business. I was in the throes of building a worldwide business in 9 countries back then when he was born, and I took him everywhere. We exposed him to the business, right? You know how I knew we were doing a good job? I went to pick him up one day at nursery school. He's like 4 to 5 years old. And the nursery school teacher comes out and says, "Larry, what do you do?" I said, "Well, what do you mean?" She said, "Well, we went around school today and asked everybody what their moms and dads did." I said, "Well, what did Stephen say?" I was a little frightened, right? I said, "What did Stephen say?" And she says to me, "Well, Stephen said that his dad helps people make their dreams come true." And I looked at her, I had tears welling up in my eyes, and I said, yeah, he's right. That's what I do. I want you to know 2 weeks later she got into our business, that teacher. She qualified 4 months later to go to Hawaii on a promotion we ran. We took 600 people to Maui from Australia, New Zealand, the UK, and the US, and that teacher qualified, all right? You don't know where it is. You don't know what's around the corner, all right? You don't know what happens by building a team, by building a local group, by constantly being on about your business, by knowing that you've got 2 amazing groups, like not just Xplocial, but your Commission Explosion as a team behind you as well. When you know you've got a vision like Kevin and Allison and the leaders of your team are putting out, like that Vision 3500, like that Team 3500, man, do you doubt that they're gonna that Kevin and Allison are gonna hit that? I looked at I won't tell you what the numbers are. That's up to them. But before I got in this call, I looked at what Kevin and Allison got in checks this week. Talk about record earnings. My God, they made some amazing money. I know they're used to good money in this industry at times, but for the amount of time they've actually been moving forward with Xplocial since, like Kevin said, we met some months ago, the check that they're making is just amazing. And all it means is because they did it, it means with their vision, with their action, with them behind you, whatever they've done, you can do it too. The possibilities for you are enhanced so much more because of your leader's vision, because they can both pull you forward and get behind you and push you at the same time, because that's the kind of people they are. I hope that there's a lot of you that are waiting to meet up with Kevin and Allison and Bonnie and I on this cruise coming up, because we're going to be this is a lot of fun, and I want you guys to know, when we get on calls like this, I know Kevin's the same way. We get on calls like this, when you hear us do company presentations and company calls, you know, that's the serious side of our business, right? We've got people's lives in our hands, so, you know, we've got to be serious. This is a business. But boy, when we cut up, we cut up, okay? I mean, we get on a cruise. I am the worst practical joker. I don't know, maybe the best practical joker. I mean, you know, I can remember events that we've been at in the network marketing arena, and we literally wait. We get a team of guys to wait around the lounge chairs on a pool deck, and as some of our folks come walking across to go to the other side of the deck, we're there pushing them in the pool, you know, and that's in dresses and suits and everything else. We're crazy. We have a good time, all right? And that's what life's about, is having a good time. But here's what we know. We know that when you're under pressure financially, we know that when there's no dream, that you know the paycheck's going to be the same every week or every month, and you just hope it keeps coming. And it's not enough. It's not enough to give you what you want for your kids. It's not enough to get you out of the, I don't know, when I got started, I had a 2-tone car. It was red and rust, okay? And all I wanted to do was get to some, not even new car. I just wanted to get to even and be able to get some kind of car I could drive. I wanted to be able to fix the compressor on my refrigerator because it went out. I couldn't afford to fix it. And I had a little office refrigerator in the big hole where the refrigerator went, and it was like that for 3 months until I could afford to fix it, okay? I don't know if any of you have had those days, all right? I lived them. Thank God it's a long time ago. But I'll tell you what I heard today. I heard today from people who got these record-breaking commissions. I heard people's stories that were calling into me and saying, Larry, you don't understand what this money means. You don't understand the change it's made in my life. You don't understand how I realized today I can finally breathe. I can finally get out from under. I can see my way into the light. I can stop being the ogre I've been to my husband or my wife or my children, because I know where I'm going. I know that I've got something established. I told a story. Some of you might have been around the business some months ago. We had a gal call me from early in the morning. She didn't realize the time difference, and she woke me up. I'm more an evening guy, just like Kevin and Allison, I think, and not a morning guy. But she woke me up in the morning. I took the call because it was an international call, and she told me her name. She was from the UK, and her husband had just left her a couple of months earlier. She was a young gal. She had 2 kids. I think they were 7 and 9, and she had no money. She had never worked. Her husband was always the breadwinner. She had to move out of her flat, her apartment, into her sister's place. And 2 weeks prior, I think 2.5 weeks prior, somebody introduced her to Xplocial. She had no sales experience. She had no network marketing experience. She went in the back office. She found the 3-part video training series. She listened to it over and over again, took notes. Now, she's telling me this, okay? And in her first week, the next week at that time, we paid her over $800 in income. The next week, we paid her over $1,200 of income. We're going to have her on a call, and you're going to know, so I don't want to tell you what we paid her today. But she called me this afternoon, and she was so excited. She had tears in her eyes, and she said, you know, and she said this to me a month ago, but she says, today, it's not the money, Larry. It's not the money. I already know now the money's going to be good. She says, what it is for me is knowing that here I was insecure. I thought, how could I do this without my husband? He left quintessentially with a secretary to work for him, right? And she says, I'm so hurt. I'm just so hurt, and I don't know what I'm going to do, and my kids are so hurt. And today she says, I'm there. I'm out of it. I found myself. I've got a team. I've got a team of people around me. I know that I've got family with everybody at Xplocial, at the company, and my team, and I can move ahead with my life. The burden's been lifted. I know that I can send my kids to university. I know that I can provide them with the clothes and the shoes and the winter coats they need. I know I can do all of that because of this business. And folks, while I appreciated her saying that, it's not because of this business. It's because of what she's willing to do to make her life work, like so many of you on this call. All we can do, all Kevin and Allison can do with your commission explosion team, all we can do at Xplocial is provide you an environment, the training. That's all we can do. We can give you the tools, but you've got to step up and do it. And you'll be hearing in the next few weeks about some new ways that we have people testing, prospecting ideas and making it work. And while you certainly can work with the advertising and the people that are going to come through your commission explosion team, like I heard Kevin say at the top of the call, it is not time for you to wait. It's time for you to go out and just add to this explosion with everything you can do. You've got people in your local markets that you know. Those people, some of you think they're doing really well, and you don't know till you talk to them, until you get to know them really well, that they're not doing as well financially as you think. You know what? I hear it every day. I hear people calling and telling me stories, but when we dig and we find out what businesses they're in and what they're really doing, they're not doing near as well. And a lot of times they're just really embellishing or lying, especially if they're in another network marketing business. Some of you may embellish the story about your network marketing career, and that's fine. But now you're here. Now you're on this amazing team. Now you're with this company that's moving forward. We're going to break records. We've got things planned for you. Excuse me, you have no idea. All right, Kevin and Allison don't know. In fact, I said to Kevin and Allison, Friday, we're going to have a meeting, just the two of them and me, to talk about some of the things I've been talking to some of our other top leaders about, so that they can get clued in, so that they can start weighing in on, on the things we're doing and where we're going. Because they're important. They're an important part of the team, because they're building a large team, and we want to have their opinions because they're experienced leaders in this industry. We know as a company that the very best ideas that we ever get are going to come directly from the field, but not from the guy in the field who just sits in his ivory tower and collects a paycheck. From people in the field like Kevin and Allison, who are in the trenches every day, who roll up their sleeves every day and put their money and their time and their effort where their mouth is. That's what you've got in leaders. And then you couple that with the thought process Blessings Fridays. My God, I've been involved with lots of groups of people and lots of companies that I've consulted and trained for over the years, and a lot of groups do get involved in charity work and teaching their group to do that. But I'll tell you what, most of them are waiting way too long to get started on that. And here it is, just in the beginning of the Your Commission Explosion team, and already you've got leaders like Kevin and Allison that are today setting that example, for you. I practice that all the time, by the way, guys. The whole idea of buying gas or tolls for somebody. I can remember just a few years ago, I was in a toll booth and I wanted to show Bonnie how this works. Bonnie didn't have a lot of experience. We're only married 5 years. We know each other 8 years, and she didn't have a lot of experience knowing anything about network marketing. She's learned it all, very quickly in our marriage. And I said, watch this. Let's try something. And we pulled up to a toll booth. We went to the actual cash booth, and I said, I want to pay for the car behind me. I had no idea who was in it, right? And I paid for the car behind me, and I said, well, just tell them when they come up. So I pulled over right up on the right, and figured maybe they'd stop, maybe they'd just keep going, whatever. It was just doing the thing, right? I pulled over, and sure enough, they pulled over behind me. We both get out, and the guy seems like a nice guy in his 40s at the time. He comes over, and he says, what was that all about? I said, I don't know. I was feeling good. It's been a successful day for me, and I thought, let me try and make somebody else's day. How'd I do? The guy says, you made my day, man. I don't know. It's not the money. I can't believe anybody would just do that for me. And let's not forget, this is New York, okay? So, people can be a little tougher here at times, right, when they don't know you. We end up talking, exchanging business cards, and he calls me, and he says, hey, what do you do? He says, you're such an unusual guy. What do you do? Now, honestly, I was not in a network marketing business. I was consulting for a couple of companies, and I told him I help people learn how to make money on a part-time basis. He said, really? He says, it's funny you say that. He says, I'm a little worried about my job. I've been looking for something to do. I ended up turning him over to a guy in a leadership group I was working with in a company I was consulting for. He sponsored the guy. That guy today has a group of over 450 people still in that company. And some of you are wondering, where do I find people? You find them everywhere. You find them by paying for gas, by paying for a toll. You find them by listening to leaders like Kevin and Allison, all right? And you listen close to them, and you decide to do what they teach you. Don't give it lip service, okay? When you hear something on our company training, when you hear something from your team's training, don't give it lip service. Don't say, oh, yeah, that's nice for somebody else. You take action. You take action for you and for your business. And I hope some of you have been taking action to get on this cruise. We are going to have an amazing time, all right? We are going to have a heck of a learning, networking time. I mean, it's one thing for you to get the company folks and some of the leaders you hear, and especially Kevin and Allison, it's one thing for you to get them on the phone, all right? And it's another thing for you to get around them for 4 or 5 days and to be able to have dinner together and do that whole thing, and play together and sightsee together. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like rubbing shoulders with success. There's nothing like meeting on that boat deck for that first 10 minutes that we all pile on the boat and give each other big hugs. And I just hope you want to be a part of that. We're going to be doing some very special things on that cruise, and we're going to have the opportunity for you to come along even if you don't qualify at the best rates we can get you, and I hope some of you take advantage of that. But we've got an awful lot going on. The vision that Kevin and Allison have in building your team with their leaders, we think it's just amazing. The possibilities are endless. We fully anticipate a team of 100,000 people as we move forward, plus, and you guys are going to obviously be a big part of that, and we're excited about that. But all you got to do is catch the vision, catch the team aspect, the team unity that Kevin and Allison bring, along with Larry and all their other leaders. All you got to do is do just what Kevin said, and that's edify and promote. Man, when he said that, it struck a chord for me, because that's what I've been teaching for 30 years. Edify and promote. Edify your upline, edify the company, because it's like a bank account. Every time you edify your upline or the company, you're making a deposit in your bank account. And then when you introduce Kevin or Allison or Larry or any of your leaders, when you introduce them to your prospect or to your new affiliate, because you edified them, it's like a withdrawal when they start talking. You're getting a withdrawal out of that bank account, because that person that you introduced to them already thinks they're amazing because you edified them. All right? So you make deposits in the edification bank, and then when the people get around the company and get around your leaders, it's like you're getting a great withdrawal, a great return on investment. And promotion is just what it's all about. It's promoting the next event, the next company event, the next live event, the next phone event, the next webinar event, promoting the next Your Commission Explosion team event. Promote, promote, promote. Take people from one event, one function, one call, one webinar, take them from one right to the next, because you will find your biggest growth follows events, whether they're on the phone or whether they're in person. Your biggest growth will follow events, all right? Now, Kevin and Allison know all this. They can teach you all this. You know, I'm just here to say, hey, we want you to know that we are behind you guys and what Kevin and Allison are doing from the company. We're behind you guys 100%. We're excited about your initial growth. We're even more excited about the vision you guys have and about the future that you guys have. And I can promise you that we're going to do everything and anything from the company level without worrying about dollars, without worrying about time and effort. We're going to do anything and everything to make sure we have the tools, the training, and the support that you guys need to move forward and build your business and build your future into what I like to call an uncommon freedom. We want to have thousands and thousands of people walking around this world saying, I'm part of that uncommon freedom group, that small group of people in this world that can really do what they want to do when they want to do it without letting money control them. I don't want you to be some crazy materialistic pig. That's not what we're about. But I want you to have all the money you want and all the money you need so that you can do good things for you, for your family, and for others, just like Kevin and Allison demonstrated tonight with that $500 donation. Kevin and Allison, thank you so much, and thank you to your leaders for everything you do and that you're continuing to do. And we just look forward from Bonnie and I and the rest of the folks we have here, we just look so forward to working with you for years to come and just growing and solidifying friendships together. And I think it's just going to be the most amazing time. Thanks so much for inviting me to be with you guys tonight.
Well, Larry, thank you, man. What a powerful folks. I'm glad we recorded that because the reality is there were some powerful nuggets in that 30 minutes there that folks, you want to make sure you get the recording. You want to make sure you get this in other people's hands. The wrap up here, folks, is you need to understand that what you have your hands on. Okay, it's great to be excited. Okay, I love excitement. I'm Mr. Excitement. When I walk in the door, I've walked in the door. Okay, I love that. Okay, but the reality is there's a difference between being excited and taking action. Okay, you can be excited about what you have your hands on, but if you don't take action, then guess what? All you are is an excited idiot. Okay, and the reality is, guess what? An excited idiot doesn't do anything. As a matter of fact, they end up becoming negative, bitter, and cold because the fact is they sit there wondering, why did the world pass me by? But the reality is when you understand what you have your hands on and you take that excitement and you take action with it, then you change your life financially. You change your life financially because you said, hey, you know what? I've got my hands on something big here. You just heard a genius sit there and tell you and pour his heart out to you and say, listen, and literally beg you to take action. Because he wants you to be a part of the team. He wants you to be a part of the Xplocial Impact team. He wants you to do that because the reality is the only person who can make that decision is you. Only person who can sit there and look in the mirror and say, guess what? I'm going to do something that makes a difference in my family. Okay. The reality is we've laid everything as a team on the table for you. Okay. We can't do anything. We're going to continue to do more. Okay. You understand that. But the reality is there's a certain point that you have to say, hey, listen, I want to go from good to great. The team is good. The team, and the team is getting better, and the leaders on there. I have one guy who emailed me today and the other day and says, well, how come I only got 6 people and there's other people who got 35? Okay, well, let me tell you why. Because they took action. They said, you know what, I'm not going to sit here and wait around. I believe in what we're doing, and I don't need to sit here and wait for the rotations, wait for the advertising. I need to get busy. And so the reality is which person are you going to be? You're going to be the one on the sideline sitting there waiting for you, can't figure out how to get into your own back office and wonder what's going to happen? Or are you going to be the person that says, hey, listen, I'm going to be on the boat. I'm going to be on the boat, and I'm going to sit there, and I'm going to shake Larry Marcus's hand and say, listen, I did what it took to be on the boat. And the fact is, you know what he's going to do? He's going to look you in the eye and say, I'm proud of you. because you know what the reality is, when you step up and do that, then a leader will look you in the eye and say, hey, you know what, a leader knows another leader. And guess what? They'll shake your hand and say, hey, I'm proud of you. And the reality is I also am proud of you, folks. This is absolutely just the beginning. It's absolutely just the beginning of what we're going to do as a team. And here's what it takes from a team perspective. Team has to have gratitude. And one of the things I'm so proud of you all is the fact is how grateful you are for what we have. I love the Facebook posts. I love the things. And when we have gratitude as a team for the company and all the hard work that they're doing, folks, they work diligently. You heard Larry talk about 15 hours and he's still on the phone with us. Okay, we should, you know what the reality is that grateful heart gets things done. And when you're dealing with a support team over Xplocial or the York Commission team, support team, let them know that you appreciate their work. Let them know that you understand that they've had a long day. You understand that they're working hard on your behalf. You know what? When we have a grateful heart and you take action, things absolutely change for you personally. You know what? And you start watching it. I've spent 20 years waiting for a company like Xplocial. You know, and the fact is you know what? You have the opportunity. And I know people who are making life-changing decisions, saying, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna turn down a job promotion because I want to spend more time building my business. I want to sit here and I want to do these things because I'm lining up with what Xplocial is doing and what this team is doing. Hey, you know what, folks? We see you. We hear you. We know you're out there, and we're proud of you, and we know that you're doing what it takes to change your family's financial future, and that's the reason Larry Marcus said, I'm going to spend some time with you tonight and spend some time telling you, hey, I believe in you, folks. Larry Marcus is, the company's doing everything possible to make sure it's better for you and better for those folks who are coming out behind you. The question is, what are you going to do? And I hope that if you're brand new on this call, the next thing you should do is you should go to your commission explosion and you should put in there, boom, hey, I'm on the team. Join the team, get engaged. We put the person who referred you to the call. Make sure we give everybody the credit that needs to be taken care of there, and let's get engaged. Let's do something special, because you know what, leaders do something special. They don't sit around and wait for special things to happen. They get special things done. And you know what? There's a lot of leaders on this call who are going to do something special. And I am proud of you. And I thank God every single day that we have the opportunity to serve you and be in the field of battle with you. And you know what? Guess what? Only a matter of time. For the reality of it is, we're sitting on a boat somewhere with Larry Marcus, sitting there, having a pina colada, talking about what we did to be there. And guess what? We're going to look back and say, you know what? It really wasn't that hard. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. And the reality is when it's not as hard as it's going to be, guess what? The next time around when Larry throws the contest up, it's like, man, if I did it once, I can sure as heck do it again. And that's what I'm all about. That's what we're about. We want to do something special. So with that, thank you so much. I'm so very proud of every one of you. So looking forward to it. Make sure whenever you get to see the copy of this come out, you get it in your prospect's hand and say, hey, listen, you got to hear this. You need to spend an hour, and you need to sit down and listen to what Larry Marcus has to say about where Xplocial is heading. I am so proud of you. I thank God for you, and we cannot wait to see you on the beaches of the world. And you know what? Replicated sites. Within the next 48 hours, be looking out for that email, that video. It's coming, guys. It's going to get, as my dad used to say, it's going to get gooder and gooder and gooder. And guess what? It's going to get good for you and your family. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for all you're doing. Thank you, Larry Marcus, again, for all you do for us. We are so grateful to you, and we're honored to be a part of your team. With that, God bless. We'll talk to you on next Cash Call. Remember, tomorrow night, the Google Hangout with Larry Marcus. See him live and in person on the Google Hangout. But next Wednesday night, Cash Call Wednesday, going to be another record-breaking week of commissions being paid to you. All right, guys, we love you. Talk to you soon.